let's visit another place on Fox. Tucker Carlson broadcasting from Hungary. Interesting choice of where to broadcast for. I'm sure Fox viewers have been very excited about Hungary and.
Well, he's speaking there. He's speaking there. Yeah. At a conference paid for by a think tank that's been funded at the direction by the Hungarian government of Orban, that's meant to foster nationalist conservatism, aka racist, nationalist, fascist conference. Little, not. So, who called it NaziCon yesterday? I think that was Brandon.
Here is Tucker Carlson and Josh Hawley, talking about the infrastructure bill.
So why don't we have an infrastructure bill that, say, fixes our bridges, our roads, our airports, our train stations, move the bums out, clean them, make them nice? Why can't we have something like that in our country?
Pause it for 1 second.
Yeah, because that...
in fact, the infrastructure bill does all of the things he just said, except for whatever it is, move the bums out of the subway, as if Tucker Carlson has been on a subway in New York City for, I don't know.
Ever. I mean, before he was making that TV money, he already had his TV dinner money that was shepherding him around in town cars from Midtown location to Upper West Side location to Upper East Side location.
But we should just be clear. All of those things are in the infrastructure bill.
Yeah.
Continue.
Something like that in our country.
Yeah, because that's not woke enough for this Democrat Party, is the short answer, Tucker. I mean, that's not what Joe Biden wants. Joe Biden wants his radical social agenda
it literally
to permeate every part of his legislative agenda, and it is. And that's why this bill is chock full of all of the stuff you mentioned, plus gender identity, plus the Green New Deal, plus climate change. It's all in there because woke politics is what drives the Democrat Party, and woke politics is what this bill is about.
No, it's literally about all the things you listed, minus the move the bums out, but also minus the woke politics and gender identity. I didn't realize we were doing gender identity infrastructure. But what we don't know is that the billions of dollars that are allocated in this infrastructure package are just going to every restroom in the South and putting non-binary signs on the restrooms. In the McDonald's that you love, no more skirts on the people on those restroom doors. Scary.
This really, I think, illustrates the point I've been trying to make lately about how Democrats and Republicans seem to be operating in almost like now completely separate playing fields of politics, right? I mean, there was a time like we can't spend this money. We can't afford this money. This is, but instead it is literally like on one hand, we're going to spend $4 trillion to invest in the physical and social infrastructure of the country. And on the other hand, we're going to go out there and make sure there's no critical race theory anywhere. I mean, it's honestly like, it's fascinating. I've never, the right has always tried to, it had their culture war going on, and the left has, also engaged in a culture war of sorts. I mean, it's not as explicit, but it exists. But they usually both show up when it comes time to passing legislation on like the grounds of the legislation. There used to be a conservative ideological, as farcical as it was, response to this. And they don't even make that anymore. They don't even bother with that anymore. And it's fascinating. Even the Josh Hawley, who's supposed to be sort of like the new crop. It is just fascinating that they're not like even bothering talking about what's actually in the bill, where the $3.5 trillion is being spent. That's what politics is about.
Well, it should be what covering politics is about, right? If you're a journalist that works for Fox News, you're going over to Hungary on a fact-finding mission to talk to Viktor Orban, who's funneling money to a organization where you're speaking at and presumably getting money there too. That's what Tucker's there for.
Yeah, but Tucker's there to appeal to his viewers and to follow what supports the Republican Party's.
I am being sarcastic.
No, I know, but it's fascinating. It's just amazing. They're not even waging any type of public campaign against this massive, massive bill. It's just fascinating to me.
Yeah, I also don't think the Biden is a radical SJW thing is really going to have the legs that they want it to. And when they keep saying woke, it does sound like like a euphemism for what they really mean.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Of course. That is the latest iteration of, this is all just about black people. It
pairs nicely with the bums in the subway.
Yeah.
I mean,
horrible, horrible, despicable human being. Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.